There is no community without its controversy. And that is no exception to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle community. And I think one of the highlights of that is that people arguing about the #1 unit in the entire game. With Dokkan having so many situation, units, criterias, there will never be a #1 unit that everyone can agree on. And so I wanted to dip my toes in today into this drama by doing what I think is probably the most controversial tier list to do in Dokkan Battle, which is ranking Dokkan Fest exclusives in the game. This list is going to be very spicy because, one, there are so many Dokkan Fest exclusives to rank that are not even LR, and the fact that I'm probably one of the least experienced players with pay-to-play units, as I only use free-to-play units. The only time where I actually use these Dokkan Fest exclusives is as friend units with some rare exceptions, but that makes it for a more entertaining video. So let's get into ranking as we don't have much time. I've already saved a lot of time, however, by ranking a lot of the Dokkan Fest exclusives in the bad tier, so we can get those out of the way. A lot of the units are just boring, they've aged, or just the fact that they haven't easy aged yet and they're due for one. And that's just the reason why they are bad. I just grouped them all together. You can obviously separate them in even worse tiers, but there's no point in doing that. I'm just not a big fan of a lot of these cards. And you know what? Some units in here, you could definitely make an argument to push them up a little, and I wouldn't be too mad. For example, Super 17. But let bygones be bygones. Let's go with our initial list here. We got B, A, S, Z, 3, 2, 1, because if you have like 3, 2, 1 or like top 5 in an order, there's always going to be someone that's mad, which is the most funniest thing, because you guys take this game too seriously. All right, so in the B tier, I wanted to give some extra credit to cheese characters, because I think cheese characters adds a little bit of fun to the game. It's like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Golden, Frieza, for their really high damage reduction turn 1. It saved you an item potentially. And then I also like the free Ghost Usher units, such as the Android 1718, as well as PyCon. So these guys get a pass to B tier just because of a little bit of cheese. It can help you do some specific missions or complete an event, especially when events are so short. They don't really need to tank anything. PyCon even gets a little bit of dodge chance, so he's going to cook when he EZAs for sure. Then I do want to give some credit to some long event characters that actually do pretty well, such as Cooler. He's got just like amazing links that I couldn't discredit him like that. Vegeta, give him enough orbs, he'll do well. Gohan, for that nice support. At least he supports somebody. Stack's okay, then his active skill gives him that extra bit of defense. I still like him. And of course, Tech Ultimate Gohan. You can't forget about that guy. So yeah, they get a little extra special points for doing what they specialize in. Talking about stackers, some other stackers that we should probably rank now is Zamasu, as well as Piccolo, which I think are just a bit above the other stackers we've already mentioned. Not only do they stack, but they provide something additional and allows themselves to be self-efficient and puts in more work than the other units on the team in terms of damage as well. And I guess we should rank the rest of the units that have easy aid. Yeah, I don't mind Ultimate Gohan. He's got the guard is good enough. Future Gohan with his damage reduction, he's not that bad. And then I'll probably put Ginyu in here. He's kind of a stacker in a way. He raises defense on 12 key, and then he and then he transforms potentially and then starts stacking attack. I just think his team's a bit outdated now to be hanging out with the big boys. And then I'll fill out the rest of the B tier here. We got Majin Vegeta, Android 13, because in a way, he's still a stacker in some sort of way. Just he stacks like tremendously fast and then stops. I'm going to put Bardock in here. I love his foreseeing super attacks. Easy teams to put him in just with the Goku and just shove him in there. Just make sure you give him orbs. And my last unit in B, and it might be a little bit controversial, but I'm vibing Super Buu in B. I don't know what it is. Every time I use him, it's either you get the great RNG and you transform into Buhan, or you die before you get there, or you lose too much health with his team, and then you have to turn into the other two forms. So it's like a love-hate relationship with him. and just maybe too much out of control RNG for me. All right, let's move up to the A tier. So anybody in below this should be an A tier above, unless I'm forgetting somebody. And I'm going to be putting Beerus in here. I think it works really well with this current content. A lot of Realm of God's enemies. So he is completely fine in there with his high damage reduction. Gogeta. He's just a better MUI Goku. Just don't be unlucky and take a normal hit. Android 17 is an A tier unit to me. Good damage reduction underneath a specific HP. Good support. Of course, good links for Android's teams. And then I want to put Turles in A. Many factors to that. Extreme team. Not enough damage reduction. Needs to build up the damage reduction. He's definitely a super fun unit to use. I'll give him credit to that. But yeah, not Dokkan's finest moment ever. So now we'll go into the S tier. And the bottom S tier is probably Trunks. I enjoy Trunks, okay? He just have a little fun with the high chance to guard. He's got active skills which are great. The cheese on Super Trunks' active skill as well. He's a super fun unit. I can't deny that. He may not be the best unit and probably should have been better as a 2023 release, but comparing to all the other Dokkan Fest exclusives, he is fine being on the S tier. The letters here don't really make much sense. It's just a letter after all. But he is, I think, higher ranking than a lot of the units. He provides some damage. He's a fun unit to use. And I will stick with Super Trunks up here. Then I'm going to put Kaioken Goku here. I just hate where Universe Survival Saga representative Universe 7 is at right now. So he just has to be there. Of course, his potential is way higher than Trunks, especially at the start. I'll give him that. That goes probably the same as Kale. Same reasoning. I just don't like where the Universe Survival Saga is. But I really think that if they can pop off, boom, Z tier easily. So she's pretty high up there. And maybe just Yamcha in the S tier as well. But he can cook for sure. It's just that he doesn't work much with other of these higher tier units with him. So you're really a lot of times just running like free-to-play units or something like that. So yeah, good potential. Probably like not the greatest rotations ever built in Dokkan Battle at all. And now I think that concludes my Z tier. Because after this, a lot of these units are just good. Android 21. Gammas are still in high ranking of the Dokkan Fest exclusives. Int Gohan. Tanky fellow right there. Especially transformed as well. I put Kid Goku up here as well. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's almost like my top 10, but not really my top 10. If anything, I'd probably put Gamma 2 S. Like high S. Because Gamma 2, I feel like you still need to rely on Gamma 1. But Gamma 1, there are some exceptions where he could probably be ran without Gamma 2. Because he does have the Cold Judgment link and the Android Assault link, which is more than enough. And if you can activate those two, then there's more than enough for him to tank a lot of the game still without having Gamma 1 next to him. So if anything is going to be like this, just to make it like a top 10, I'd probably do that somehow. I'll also put the Gohan Piccolo in the Z tier. I don't think they're top 3. I can definitely agree. Hirudegon's not top 3, as his team is just not the greatest right now, but his potential is just hella high right there. He probably hitting like top 5 at least, maybe top 6. I'm actually going to be the guy that puts God Goku in not the top 3. I don't know if a lot of people have God Goku in top 3. He's just a boring unit. I just don't think he's top 3 material for me. Yeah, he's very versatile, whatever, but you know who else is versatile? Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which I think is probably number 2. Number 2 right there. Not beating out Raditz right now. Now there's just left a 1 and 3 spot. And that 3rd spot is going to go to Mart Jr. He is the funnest character. He's not perfect, but you know what? Perfection is in the imperfect. You find perfection in the flaws. I don't know if that's a real quote, but it sounds cool. You know, sometimes he might not quadruple super attack, triple super attack for you. But when he does, it's just the most satisfying feeling. The active skill abuse on him, the giant form abuse, is not too long like Orange Piccolo's. So it's just a fun unit, you know? which leaves World Tournament Goku in the Z tier. Bum bum. What? What is number one? It's Raditz, of course. No, I'm kidding. Of course, World Tournament Goku, he's still a very, very fun unit. Problem with his fun is that it's life-ending fun. Very, very life-ending fun. But he is amazing. He's still my favorite TUR, probably. And the number one unit, who's actually not on this list, sorry, Raditz, you're going back up here, is this man right here. Not even a Dokkan Fest exclusive. And yet, I think he is a cooking machine. Maybe not as versatile, but man, he's fun to use. Triple super critical, active skill so quick. He's got a good enough first turn damage reduction where it's like, it's a little exciting when you take a first slot super to see if he lives or not. That is what Dokkan is all about. Not perfection, but fun to me. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want early access to these YouTube videos as soon as I drop them and not having to wait, you can click the first link in my description to become a member or click on the join button. You can get videos as soon as I upload them, as well as getting some other cool perks on this YouTube channel. But with that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next one, peace.